Xabi Alonso and Andoni Iraola are the top candidates for the Chelsea job this, or let me just say next season. So I don't know, gifts. Between these two managers, who do you think would fit the Chelsea job more or better? Like fit what we are trying to rebuild, because Chelsea is going through a rebuilding process right now. And most of that will be seen by next season. So between these two coaches, who do you think should be the front man? Because before you put in your own word about it, I want to say something. We don't want a coach that will come and leave in 2 years. You understand?
Yeah.
We don't want a coach that will come and leave in 2 years. We need a coach that can be the face of Chelsea. You know, when Jose Mourinho came and then he won the Premier League in this first season, second season he won again, and then the third season before I think he left or Abramovich sacked him. So we need that face of Chelsea. Whenever you talk about Jose Mourinho, you remember Chelsea. Or whenever you talk about Chelsea, you remember Jose Mourinho. So we want that coach that will be like the new Jose Mourinho of this new Chelsea that we are looking forward to. So between these two managers now, who do you think would be the best fit for Chelsea?
Comparing statistically and comparing by influence and comparing by tactics and also comparing by impact, I don't think it's something I should overstretch, because it's very clear if you want to compare these two coaches. Yes, Andoni of Bournemouth, he's doing well this season, which I would probably say is his best season so far as a Bournemouth coach. Not a bad one. He's doing well. He has gone 11 plus games unbeaten. But talking about Xabi Alonso, taking a team, Bayern Leverkusen, which is just like the third, fourth best team in the Bundesliga after the likes of Bayern Munich, Dortmund, RB Leipzig, and you are coming in a particular season and winning the league that a certain team has dominated over the years. You are coming in and you are winning that league unbeaten. You won the league unbeaten. You won the Bundesliga unbeaten.
Yes.
You won the league unbeaten. What magnitude of influence? What magnitude of strength? What magnitude of tactics? I don't believe in that funny saying that that season Bayern be no day in form. That season this one. That season that Dortmund. No, you don't tell me that. Like someone playing even Man City in their best of season, they lost a game. In their Man City's best of season, they lost the game. So you will not tell me that a coach coaching a team for his first season, winning the team unbeaten, what magnitude of tactics? Now, aside from the Bayern Leverkusen stuff, because I feel that what affected the Bayern Leverkusen team was because after their excellent season, they had to be selling most of their influential players, the players that helped them, that made things happen. They were selling most of them, and it affected them in one way or the other. Don't forget, when you sell more players and you're not using some of the average players to replace them, the team algorithm will drop. It will reduce. You will not expect that same fire as of when your top players were playing for you. Now, comparing to when Xabi Alonso came to Madrid, don't forget, it was never as if Ancelotti left Real Madrid in a very good condition. Do you agree with me? Real Madrid was not in an excellent condition when Ancelotti left. They sit second last season. They did not win the Champions League. Am I right?
But I think the season Ancelotti left Madrid.
That was the last season.
Last season.
They only won the Super Cup.
Xabi Alonso came in this season.
Yes.
Okay.
Xabi Alonso started the season with Real Madrid.
Yes.
And
right.
Him and Barca, they were fighting.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is a new team. He has to build around some set of arrogant players. Also as a young manager, building with some set of arrogant players. Take note of that, because we have so much arrogancy in the players of Real Madrid.
Yes.
So you would not expect the job to go that smoothly. And you will not compare the like of Xabi Alonso with the like of Ancelotti. Ancelotti is more older. Xabi Alonso is more younger might likely be disrespected in the team by those set of arrogant players. So are you not seeing the difference?
Sorry, let me cut you there now. You said arrogant player. You're talking about arrogant players.
Yes.
Now, is it going to be a problem? Because for me, I feel like even though you're a young coach,
Okay.
I just give an example of Jose Mourinho. When he came to Chelsea, he was very, very young. He was still young. Jose Mourinho led players that I would say it wasn't easy to lead them. The likes of John Terry before them were at Chelsea. The likes of Frank Lampard were already at Chelsea. You understand?
Yeah.
There are other players Jose Mourinho bought, but he was able, even at that young age, to bend those players, those top players, to his will. You understand? So is it not does it scare you that if Xabi Alonso could not handle those arrogant players at Real Madrid, do we at Chelsea, do we need a coach that cannot handle some players' excesses? Because remember, this same Chelsea we're talking about, we've had a lot of players do stupid things on the pitch.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's not just about outside the pitch, but also on the pitch. Can you handle those players? It's another thing we need to think of, because at the end of the day, for me, yes, the headlines is Xabi Alonso and Andoni Iraola.
Yeah.
But my mind is telling me another person. Because when Chelsea said they want to get somebody who is well-rounded as a manager, who has had more experience, who is probably a leader or who has influence as a coach, my mind does not go to Xabi Alonso or Iraola.
Okay.
My mind goes to people like Antonio Conte, for example. He goes to Thomas Tuchel. Even Enzo Maresca, who is a young coach, when he was at Chelsea, he was able to handle these players. So my I don't know if you get my question.
I get your question and I get your point.
Yes.
But for me, I feel the system matters. Now, you will not compare the Madrid system of handling players with the Chelsea system of handling players.
Okay.
Now, the Madrid system of handling players gives the players more say. For me, I feel that's how it works. It gives the player more say. Now, look at the Chelsea situation. Let's take our mind back to when we had red card this game. The next game we are having red card. The following game we had like 4 consecutive red cards in about 4 consecutive games. Now, what happened? There was a notice to them that for this rubbish you guys are doing, we are deducting about 10,000 euros from your 10,000 pounds from your money. You get? So now that level of discipline, but you can barely find that in Real Madrid. I tell you, because the players now, the problem with Real Madrid is that they are already going for top pick. I don't feel that a young coach can really excel well in Real Madrid with this current set of players that are very disrespectful and very arrogant.
Okay.
So I don't feel so. But for me, Xabi Alonso was doing an excellent job there. I feel that if he was still there, the moment Barca slacked, there was some point in the league where Barca slacked and Madrid was already ahead. Xabi Alonso would have been able to maintain that momentum. Because I think when he left, Madrid was sitting at the first position when he left. They were sitting at the first position, but they were not really doing well in the Champions League. So I think there were just so much, issues. He was able to win Barcelona. He won Barcelona 2-1. He had a set of players. He was using his players very well. They were all instrumentals. But the fact that sometimes the players are also arrogant and disrespectful is something that he needs more time to adapt, but not everybody is that patient. But for me, I feel that Xabi Alonso coming to Chelsea, yes, we might need someone more experienced, someone that has done more, someone that is more elite. But I feel for now, let's just work with him.
So if I clearly get you, you're picking Xabi Alonso over Iraola.
For sure.
Okay,
I'll do that
let's talk about Andoni Iraola, because we're exploring the 2 candidates. And we are interviewing and we're just checking out these 2 coaches. Now, Iraola over the seasons, I think last season, even this is his best performance this season, but last season I don't think he was below the 10th position.
No, he wasn't below the 10th position.
And for a club like Bournemouth, to two seasons in a row, they've not been under 10 position in the league. That is a breach. Like, it gives you this evidence of consistency from the coach himself.
Yeah.
And for 2 seasons, I have also seen this coach, pick players from nothing to something. He has also brought out players that people you won't likely see. This player, you think this one is not good, but he brings them out, they become good, and eventually sells them off. You had the likes of Anton Semenyo. You had Dean Houston and even Kekes. And even when all these players were sold, people were like, "Oh, Bournemouth is dead. Bournemouth is going to go down." But instead, they have even outperformed the previous season they did. All credit to that same coach, because he was able to still create or bring up players from the academy or young boys too, and make them who they are today. So is it not something that we are actually also going to look towards to when it comes to Chelsea? That Iraola has probably a record for creating or making small players big. Shouldn't it be something to consider as Chelsea? I mean, just get the question.
Yeah. I think it's scalable. It's scalable. It's something that you can measure. His impact in Bournemouth is something that you can measure. But talking about a more let me first of all ask you this. Okay. Would you say that in terms of experience, who would you pick is a more experienced coach between Iraola and Xabi Alonso?
If you have been coaching, you have been coaching. Understand? Right for the Kano where Iraola was coaching before he came to Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did well there before Bournemouth brought him to the Premier League. And he has also done very well in the Premier League. So, for me, experience is experience.
Okay. Now, I get the fact that, and I appreciate you for answering my question. But now, I'm really focusing on the exposure. Now, I think, for me, I feel that this man called Xabi Alonso has explored different tactics. He has explored different patterns. Now, looking at his record with Bayern Leverkusen, a team that was nowhere even fighting for the Bundesliga for over how many years?
It's the tactics you're talking about. We're not talking about the record. So let's talk about tactics.
But it is the tactics that produces the record.
What's the tactics now? Now I want to know what tactics Xabi, because if I talk about Iraola, his tactics, because I watch the Premier League more, I think he's more of an attacking coach. Attacking minded coach. That, I just love that about him. And if you look at Chelsea, I think one of our problems this season is utilizing the attack we have. I know we have some set of...
We have all-round problem.
but in terms of attacking, we have a list of unserious players.
Yes, exactly.
But with what we have, with the little ones we are supposed to be like... Chelsea are supposed to be having one of the best attack in the Premier League.
With the likes of Garnacho and Gittins.
And come on, those people. Those ones. I'm talking about, we have the likes of Kopama, you have the likes of Joao Pedro, you have the likes of, what's his name?
Exavao,
Neto. Who again? Let's just say these players. By right, they're supposed to be one of the most or best attacking teams in the Premier League.
They're supposed to be. But now, having just these players to be dependent on does not create any system of stability. Don't forget. Because we all know that there is no how these players will play back to back without at least one or two having injury. And if you are building a system of play with a particular set of players, and that is what I feel that became Arsenal problem. Because for me, I felt that Arsenal was building the system of play with particular sets of players over the time, both in minor games, both in major games. You see a particular set of players. Now, when the injury issue start knocking on the door, everything became complicated. You see them looking as if they are about bottling the competition again, that they have fought so hard to top it, 11 points, 12 points, and it's crazy. So for me, I don't feel that is enough. So for me, already we are talking about the coach, even though we are diving into the player system. Iraola can do a better job. Alonso can do a better job. I just believe, but for me, if I'm to pick based on standard, based on goal, based on achievements, because you will not tell me that building a player and your club selling the player is a better achievement than winning a trophy. You get my point.
Yeah,
you get my point. You also know that same season he was not only playing the Bundesliga, he was also playing the Europa competition that he lost in the final stage against Atlanta 3-0. So you see that you see that.
But that's a red flag.
Yeah, I understand.
Why would you do that in the European final?
I understand.
I want to be the coach of Chelsea. You no agree win European final. That's a red flag.
Even Tuchel lost the final against Bayern Munich. It's also a red flag. So you get. So he might lose it. He might lose it here, because for me, I feel that Chelsea is playing more of the Europa. I don't see Chelsea going to the Champions League. I feel that in any way we can maneuver, we can beat Manchester City one way, or we finally find ourselves in the 7th position by the end of the season. pushing us to the Europa, either of these ways. So I feel that Chelsea will play the Europa. So I know that if Chelsea is going to the Europa, for sure, I don't know if anybody has any way of opposing it or penetrating it. I know we'll get to the finals. So he can still use that the Chelsea job again, to just correct it, just like the way that Tuchel did when he was the Chelsea coach. After losing against Bayern Munich when he played against PSG, he came to Chelsea, he won Manchester City, and he won the Champions League. Yeah.
I have an issue actually when it comes to this coaching talks and stuff.
Yeah.
The number one problem is this: if the coach should come to the club, will the authorities or the owners, will they give him the rights to pick his players, to work with the ones he wants to work with, to sell the ones he wants to sell, and to get the ones he wants to get, and to select the ones he wants to feed on the pitch? That is another part of rebuilding the Chelsea squad, because the rumors I've been hearing, and I'm sorry that is everything I'm saying now is making you to counter this your decision to pick Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
Iraola was a coach, or he said something about him not wanting to be even involved in the transfer. He will just do his job. Say Iraola.
Xabi Alonso or Iraola?
Iraola.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a rumor, but I know I saw it somewhere when this Iraola news was coming up, that he doesn't even care about the transfer or who comes in or who goes out. That whoever is there, he will make use of. That was the speculation or rumor I have. So
yeah, that's it. Oh my!
Let us face reality.
Okay.
It is very possible that next season these Chelsea owners will still do what they've been doing this previous season. They've brought in another coach. They might not give the coach the power to do all these transfers and all those things. So as a coach, you have to get the best out of the players. So what do you think? Do you think at this point in time, because Iraola has said that he doesn't care about the transfer, is he the best pick now? Is it the best pick now?
Right. That puts me in a kind of shallow condition, but I'll still look for a way to come out, because for me, I feel that is still not a good decision from him, no matter how strong you are to build mentality in a certain players. Now let me tell you what Iraola will do if he comes to Chelsea with that same mentality that he believes in building players. Same thing happened to him with Bournemouth. Would you tell me that all the players in Chelsea are better than most of the players in Bournemouth? That is not possible. Currently now we have some players in Bournemouth that are better.
Now just name.
Exactly. God bless you. So now, if you cannot, I know you're already doing a good job, but now our target is not just fighting to go for Champions League or fighting to go for European competition. Our target is winning trophies. We are already known for winning trophies. So now if you are coming with another inferior motive of, okay, I can build these players over the season, and when they are good, the club can set them out, which is Chelsea's, like the current board. That is what they will even prefer, that they find a coach that can build these players to be superb, and when their value is high, they set them off, they get their profits, which I know that is what these men they have in mind. But now for me, I feel that the mentality of Xabi Alonso will be, I'm here to win trophies. I will also be involved in anything that these players want to do, the board wants to do. The players that we need, I will tell them that get me this player. Now I'm not against the board also making decision on getting players, but also explore from the decision of the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You have made your point. To round it up, Manchester City will be playing Crystal Palace this evening. Another amazing night of Premier League football.
I don't want to hype Man City. I don't want to hype Man City.
As the top Premier League, get one club with the top my head every time. These people, anytime when Man City they play, their hearts they beat.
I tell you. No surprise, most of their fans, and they on fasting and prayer. There's not. I will not be surprised.
Since Manchester City won Arsenal in the Premier League recently, all Arsenal fans, their mind has been God I beg.
Let me share this with you shortly. There was the last time we were in studio together when we were going home. The bus I was in, I saw a post somebody made on WhatsApp and was like trying to talk against the goal, talk about the goal cancelling stuff against West Ham. And I used voice note to respond to the person that, guy, you don't have to do, why are you praising? You're just saying rubbish, praising Raya, doing this, doing that this thing is shit, that the game was robbed, that people were not supposed to win the game. And I never knew that the person that was sitting close to me was an Arsenal fan. Guy, you want to see aggression? The guy say, why is the hate? Like from his reaction, why is the hate? Tell me why the hate. These people, this Man City that they want to win this league now, they have carried this league for 4 times. I was like,
and I think that's the reason why Premier League want
I tell you, guy. Yes, I tell you.
Ah.
But I forgot to tell him something that last season, it was Liverpool that carried the league.
Yeah.
So even though I don't want Arsenal to carry the league, even though I want Man City to carry the league, which I literally want Arsenal to carry the league, and I'm praying for them to carry the league. Anybody that carries the league is still okay. For the fact that Man City did not carry it straight 5 times. Because that would have been another record-breaking yard. Yeah.
Don't call us Farmers League.
So, anyways.
But what do you think about the Manchester City and Crystal Palace game? Do you think this is... Of course, it's a must-win game for Man City.
Is it?
If they are to be...
I think for me, I would tell Guardiola that he will be irresponsible to say that he wants to sacrifice this match to come and play Chelsea, because Chelsea
They're asking him about that Arsenal match against West Ham in the press conference that they had, and all he could say was Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. Classic Pep.
I tell you,
classic Pep. So, what do you think Man City needs to do to bury this game? Because Palace is not going to be. Let me tell you one thing I think will happen. Palace will upset one of these teams.
Either City
or Arsenal. I feel like they will upset one of these teams. So which of the team do you think will be the scapegoat?
Now for me, I think if there's anybody that is most likely to face an upset from Palace, it's supposed to be Manchester City. Do you know why? Now Palace has a finals to play the week that they will be playing Arsenal. So now if they are to push themselves above in the table, it should be in this game that they have to show their best. But for me, since the game is at Etihad, I'm not even seeing them trying it, because I know that Guardiola will come at his best. Whether they play first half draw, Guardiola will see you win the game. Whether Palace score first, Guardiola will see win the game. Whether they play 90 minutes draw, 9 minutes, Guardiola will see win the game.
Okay, so there's no two ways about it. So what's your final prediction for this game?
My final prediction for the game: Man City to win with a 3-goal margin. I don't know that it will end 0, but 3-goal margin. Yeah.
All right, that'll be all for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. But keep subscribing, keep commenting, and keep sharing and liking this video. My name is Big Dave.
And my name is Gifto.